Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Ollie Davis, and today's episode is sponsored by Audible. Amazon Prime members can start an Audible membership now and get 3 months for the price of one until the end of July only. Visit audible.com/WrestleTalk or text WrestleTalk to 500 500 to get started today. Audible is a service that allows you to listen to an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original audio shows, news, comedy, and most importantly, wrestling audiobooks. You can listen to the death of WCW while you work out in a gym. Listen to Daniel Bryan narrate his own life story while you work out in a gym. And even get motivational speeches from Ryback's Wake Up, It's Feeding Time, a professional athlete's advice on how to succeed in the game of life while you work out in the gym. You can listen to the audiobooks in other places too, but I've been listening to the Ryback one probably too much. There's also autobiographies from Lita, Shawn Michaels, Dusty Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, and more. I've actually personally been subscribed to Audible for over 5 years, before it was cool, and I can't recommend it enough. So to celebrate Eric Bischoff's return, start off with the fascinating death of WCW, which WrestleTalk fans can get for free by clicking the link in the video description below, audible.com/WrestleTalk, or by texting WrestleTalk to 500 500 to get started today. It's very important you use those links to support all of us here at WrestleTalk, so get Audible today.
Thank you for your support on Patreon. Expect a fight. Well, thanks, Ollie. It's almost time to get into the news Nami. Your old pal Fakey has lined up for you. But first, have yourself a super click party. Super click. By elbow dropping the like button, roundhousing subscribe, and locking in a reverse chin lock on the bell icon that is so tight it actually enables notifications. And leave a comment down below to answer our question of the day. Who would you like to see return as a surprise for Raw Reunion? Because the anniversary show, wait, that's not right. The special occasion. No, that's not right either. The thinly veiled attempt to drive up ratings is basically all that anyone can talk about right now. And that has even brought Hulk Hogan out of the woodwork to do a sort of semi-inspirational Twitter post with the obligatory sunset about the show. For some reason, I saw this last night. I thought of the hashtag Raw Reunion, brother. The red, yellow, black color scheme made my mind kickstart with a crazy thought. What if the reunion superstars got together and said, enough is enough, and just took over the whole WWE and ruled for life, HH. Because yes, I'd very much like to see Alicia Fox ruling over Raw for life over the likes of AJ Styles or Ricochet. Thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Thankfully, I wasn't the only one who felt that giving the company over to a bunch of old-timers would be a fast track to TNA Town, because the man was on her nightly patrol of Twitter and doled out some vigilante justice in the form of this stinging tweet. Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother. She's not the man that we deserve. Which is the one that we need right now. And from the poster that's popped up a few times during this news already, Raw Reunion looks like it's gonna be jam-packed full of stars, but there are apparently some more attendees who didn't make the promo material. But it's fine, because for one of them, we're all sort of used to not seeing him. It's John Cena, naturally. John Pollock of Post Wrestling said that Big Match John would make his first live appearance on WWE programming since Mania 35 at the event, which, you have to admit, is a great way to earn some extra dollar for limited amounts of work. Match before the Royal Rumble with Finn, Mania 35, Raw Reunion. This year has been thugonomically viable for Cena. Speaking of Raw Reunion, someone for whom it doesn't matter what the money is The Rock, probably because WWE haven't asked him. Now, according to Dave Meltzer, The Rock isn't expected to be at Raw Reunion tonight, but has been asked to appear at the SmackDown Live debut on Fox this October, although nothing has been confirmed for that. But forget those two legitimate A-listers, because the A-lister is set to be on Raw tonight, as is Maurice. Yes, Raw Reunion. The gang's all here, baby. It's just like old times, just hanging out with your buddies. We got Hogan, we got Michaels, we got the Hurricane, Alicia, Maurice. Maybe she'll bring the baby. Now, it may not surprise you to note that Miz and Mrs. is returning to TV tomorrow night, and according to PW Insider's Mike Johnson, the couple will be on Raw Reunion to promote that. Which does make more sense than The Godfather being there, because what's he promoting? Misogyny. A brothel. One name you probably won't expect to see at Raw Reunion, considering his newly minted role at AEW as commentator and senior advisor, is Jim Ross. But by God, old JR was apparently asked to appear at the show and even given the blessing of Tony Khan. At a live Grilling JR event over the weekend, Ross said that Vince McMahon had actually asked him to appear at the show, and Tony Khan said that he supported the idea. But even with all of that, JR decided to turn down the opportunity for a comeback. I mean, he probably foresaw a segment where he was wearing an AEW t-shirt and he got put in a bin by Braun Strowman. You dodged a bullet there, mate. You dodged a bullet. Good on you. Also on this thanks but no thanks list is Bully Ray and Bret Hart, who, according to Dave Meltzer, turned down the opportunity of appearing. There is no word yet on why the Hitman said no. Bully Ray probably just didn't want to. We're leaving the WWE bubble now to talk AEW via the mystical realm of Dragon Gate. And there are some spoilers for their latest show coming up now, so if you don't want to know anything, then please do skip ahead. Because Pac faced Ben K over the weekend and lost the Open the Dream Gate title, ending his 228-day reign as the company's top champion. Now, obviously, news such as this is sure to get tongues wagging because, as the saying goes, when one gate shuts, another gate opens. Something like that. And Pac dropping the title here could well be opening up a route for his AEW return. After all, Pac dropped out of the company just before Double or Nothing, saying in a very bastard way that he would never have anything to do with them ever again, basically. Now, many speculated that this was because he wanted to do right by Dragon Gate and didn't want to take a loss to Hangman Page or Kenny Omega when he was the champion and devalue Dragon Gate's top belt while he was still holding it. But now that he no longer holds the belt, he's kind of free to lose to whoever he wants to lose to. Happy days, weirdly. Now, with Pac potentially on his way back, that could only mean one thing: CM Punk return confirmed! That's how the logic goes, isn't it? But the news that Punk will be appearing at StarCast before Double or Nothing, speculation, naturally, has started about an in-ring return for the best in the world, who isn't Shane McMahon's. Well, one person with something to say about that is Chris Jericho, who spoke to Collider Live about his thoughts on a CM Punk return. He said, "I haven't been asked about CM Punk. Do we need him? No. Would it be a huge pop to get him? Yes. We're not looking to headhunt WWE. We never were." That's one of the things that's funny about the guys getting all this, the double salaries and all that stuff. We didn't want to be WCW in '98 or Impact TNA in 2011, where you're just bringing in old WWE guys. We don't want that. We have enough guys that no one's ever seen before, and that's what we want to do, says the ex-WWE guy. He went on to say WWE doesn't have 23-year-old kids. They put them in NXT, and 5 years later, when they're 27 or 28, they come up. We wanted to focus on the younger demographic, which I think is missing in wrestling. The teenage heartthrobs that they used to have in every wrestling territory up until the last 10 years in WWE. He then specifically referenced Jungle Boy and MJF as upstart talents who could pull in that younger crowd. So it seems like AEW is going for more of a hearts and minds campaign with a side of tingling teenage loins. And one of those young heartthrobs that Jericho was banging on about will be sticking around longer than expected, because AEW announced that MJF has signed a new multi-year agreement with the company, which makes perfect sense. Friedman is one of the people who seems destined for stardom in AEW, and one of the young talents that they are positioning as a top heel in their promotion. Now, AEW posted a video announcing the move in which MJF thanks TK, Tony Khan, for not letting him down and for apparently letting him use his private jet. We were told to keep the wrestlers away from the segways at Wrestling MediaCon. You can't give them planes. And it's not only AEW who seem keen on MJF, because Jezza seems dead set on him too, because he's so hunky. Y2J announced on Instagram this weekend that MJF will join Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes for the second sort of annual Jericho cruise, which is going to set off in January 2020. And is still shamefully called the Rock and Rager at Sea Second Wave. Now, Now, while the AEW lot are trying to take to the waves, WWE are readying to try and torpedo them. Because the company is reportedly readying itself to drop live event network specials at short notice, potentially to compete with AEW shows. Now, this news comes after WWE announced a network special from Nashville on just 9 days worth of notice called Smackville. Whoever came up with that deserves a Smackville. Now, Fightful reportedly got in touch with their backstage sources who said one of the ideas behind shows like this was to counter-program against the likes of AEW, and this may be a test to check that they can have it look and run well at short notice. Though another source said that that wasn't necessarily a concern of theirs. It may instead be used in instances like injuries or cancellations that kind of extend beyond WWE's control to make sure they have a show and I guess a storyline to write people out. And weirdly, despite some sources saying that no, WWE doesn't need to counter-program against AEW, they're not scared at all. That might be exactly what they are doing. Curiouser and curiouser. Because as you probably heard, there's talk within Fox and WWE of moving NXT to FS1 in order to compete with AEW's weekly program, whenever that might be. Though rumour currently has it that Wednesday may be the night, as the company recently filed for the trademark on Wednesday Night Dynamite. Now, according to Lord of the Spies Dave Meltzer, Vince McMahon would be really rather upset if NXT didn't beat AEW in the ratings. So, Meltz reckons Vince is going to pull out every single trick in the book in order to win this war, including using main roster talent, and not like Apollo Crews, Drew Gulak kind of NXT thing. Dave said, as far as competition goes, absolutely the plan is to use main roster guys. If this show goes to head with AEW, it's to use the main roster guys on NXT's show to help boost the ratings. So we could finally see Matt Riddle versus Brock Lesnar, who will definitely not be appearing on the C show. Who am I kidding? Thank you all for watching, and thank you to all of the Patreons scrolling away beneath me. Remember to leave a comment answering the question of the day, and head on over to Screenstalker to catch up on all the latest news about Marvel's now revealed plans for Phase 4, as Ollie and Luke are hosting our new daily show today. Please do check it out. I've been El Fakador, and that was Lucha.